Not the tidiest arsenal, but my arsenal all the same, or a large part of it. And the Bonnie cart, she always makes a cameo. This is the water meter, water pressure, main drain video with a little dose of lawn sprinkler on the side. So out here in the parkway between the sidewalk and where the home faces north, parkway between the street curb and the sidewalk, this is your water meter. This is a analog meter, which is good for home inspectors because see this little silver sprocket right here in the middle. Okay, that's your flow indicator, cheater wheel, cheater paddle, call it what you will. When you suspect that you got a problem with your water bill, this is that's why they call it the cheater. They'll send the meter reader out and he'll look at it and says no leaks on our side. So that's what it is. It's very sensitive. You could have a leak that's so small it doesn't register on this, but it's almost impossible. It's very sensitive. So if that wheel is moving, water is moving, fresh, potable, drinkable water into your house. You got a leak somewhere. The dishwasher's running. You got a leaky flapper on your commode. Somewhere you got a leak. And if you don't have a leak that you can see, if that's moving, you have a leak that you cannot see. And we're not going to go perfectly analog with this. You cannot see inside of here, but inside of here is the main water shutoff valve to the lawn sprinkler system. So if you've got a problem with your lawn sprinkler system, the zones won't turn off or what, this is where you go to shut it off. And you can't see it because it's dirty. And I'm assuming that it's going to come on. Now, when I got here, this irrigation box, this manhole cover, this lid, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't here. So I can't put it back. And that's a trip hazard. But that's not on me, that's on the builder. I found it that way. I wish I could put a cover on it, but that's not my responsibility. This is the main sanitary sewer lateral. And what that means is that's for the utility company. This has nothing, not much, or nothing to do with this house. It has to do if there's a major problem. Now, bad news is it's always in your yard. Good news is it's in your yard. So if they're going to fix something really major, something horrible is going on, and you wouldn't expect it in a newer neighborhood, but should something like that happen, you're pretty darn close to the main laterals. These are your main cleanouts. And the flower bed, this is the west garage, the larger garage outside the garage window and the north flower bed. These are your main sewer cleanouts. And they one goes that way and one goes that way, so you don't have anything missing in the middle. So if you've got a problem, then they'll bring an auger, a snake, a rotor-rooter, call it what you will. They'll slide it in there to get it cleaned out in your house, or they'll slide it in here to get cleaned out of your yard. These are your main sewer cleanouts, and that's where they're located. Inside the larger west garage, here we are. Inside the larger west garage. This is the main water shutoff valve to the house. And same thing with the gas valve. It's pretty much universal. When you see a valve with a handle like this, parallel is on. We got an emergency. Okay, got an emergency. Okay. Charles left this door open for me. Take this handle. I just turned off all the water to the house. It's off. Just that easy. If you have an emergency, you come out here and you get this. So that means that as much as we like storage in our garage, as much as we want storage in our garage, we shouldn't cover our emergency access. Now, water meter passed the test. Water meter's in the parkway. Main shutoff is here. The closest exterior bib faucet to the water meter is where we check our water pressure. And that's over here. I'm on the east side of the house now. The east side of the house. And here it is. So what we're looking for is between 40 80 psi. That's the amount of pressure we're looking for. We don't want too much, it stresses out your system. We don't want too little, it's like 65 psi, that's a good thing. 65, that's a good thing. Alright, I'll come back and take a picture of that in a moment. So, the garage door openers have not been installed yet. I don't know if they're going to be installed. We've got wooden overhead doors. But these appliances, the overhead door openers, automatic door openers, they come with these things called instructions. For example, the lawn sprinkler system should have instructions. I guess it does not. Okay. Interesting. But when it comes time to install these, whether you, my client, are doing it yourself or hiring somebody to do it for you, or having the builder do it, then these instructions are detailed, and these instructions have illustrations so that whoever puts the garage door openers, installs them, should be able to make them perfectly operable and safe. There's a little screw right there, huh? What's that about? It's not so tight. Okay. We'll call that out. So, speaking of not having instructions, this is the lawn sprinkler system. We're going to have a whole other, well, we're not actually going to have a video about that, but the zones are labeled. Zones are labeled, how about that? We have operation instructions. Building permit. It's pretty easy to figure out. Your backflow prevention has been checked. Got some documentation here. This is your rain sensor receiver. Okay, your weather sensor, so it doesn't operate in the wintertime or when it's freezing, so it doesn't operate when it's raining. And coming along, we're on the east side of the house. That's the east garage, the smaller east garage on the east wall. That's where the control was. And then over here on the fence. Oh, we got another water heater. Look at that. Okay. Over here on the fence, there is our weather sensor.